I'm Percy Dove Tonsils. On this date in 1773, the very first museum in the United States opened its doors. But it's what happened at night that inspired the movie. In 1820, the Royal Astronomical Society was founded in England. No comet. Their official slogan, My Stars. On this date, in 1839, iron was first made with hard coal, which made Geritol very hard to swallow. In 1912, Ouachita, Idaho, recorded the state's low temperature minus 47 degrees. It was so cold. Police yelled at a robber to freeze. And he did. You had to break the smoke off your chimney. Chickens broke into a KFC. I saw an Amish guy buying an electric blanket. Dunkin' was selling coffee on a stick. Power companies were sending out bills daily. You had to get up and scrape off an inch of ice just to look out your eyeballs. Frosty the Snowman was seen collecting firewood. The old record of minus 46 hung in there for a long time until finally, someone started singing, Let It Go, Let It Go. In 1915, Congress voted against giving women the right to vote. That never made sense to me. Why not let them share in the blame? For those bad at math, that was just over 100 years ago, folks, even longer ago. On this date in 1929, America's longest railway tunnel, 8 miles, was completed through the Washington Cascade Mountains. I can't tell you how many people have passed out trying to hold their breath through the tunnel. In 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt created the National War Labor Board. Because war is a lot of work. On this date in 1943, soybean Victory sausages began replacing hot dogs in America's grocery stores. Until then, they tried making at least half of the hot dogs out of beef, pork, or chicken, but times were tough. And it just needed to make both ends of meat. In 1945, during World War II, German forces in Belgium retreated during the Battle of the Bulge. During January, we're all fighting the Battle of the Bulge. And doing a slow retreat. Batman debuted on ABC TV way back in 1966. The first episode was Hi Diddle Riddle, followed the next day by Smack in the Middle, and starred Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. The series ran from 1966 to 1968. On this date in 1969, Joe Namath and the New York Jets won the Super Bowl, 16-7. Wow, they had the Super Bowl done by now, and we still need to start the playoffs. In 1971, television was rocked with the debut of a new show called All in the Family. A setback for meatheads everywhere. I'm glad it was on back then. Today, it would be so different. For example, Meathead must also be available as Tofurkey Head. On this date in 1980, gold rose past the $700 per ounce mark for the first time. If we had only bought then what we can't afford now. Today is Kiss a Ginger Day, National Curried Chicken Day, and National Pharmacist Day. Zayn Malik, formerly of One Direction, is also in their 20s. He turns 31 today. He went from One Direction to many. Melanie Chisholm, aka Melanie C, turns the big 50 today. You know, a Sporty Spice from the Spice Girls. Today, Sporty Spice sounds like a deodorant. Rob Zombie turns 58 today. In this lifetime. We've said it before, and I'll repeat it, I'd die if I ever became a zombie. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos turns the big 60 today and doesn't need a friggin' thing. Happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. I hope that if I say that enough, it might stand up in court someday. What do you get for a guy who is everything, or at least can get it in 2 days with Prime? The king of all media, Howard Stern, turns the big 70 today, but only on satellite. I'm sure he's having fun with that. The amazing Kreskin turns 89 today. The significant part of that is that all you have to do is wish him a happy birthday, and he'll get it. A real mentalist known for being able to read minds. Whenever he feels like a quick read, he visits former President Trump. And then, whatever you hear about me, believe it. I no longer have time to explain myself. You can also add some if you want. With exciting facts to clutter your mind, I'm Percy Dove Tonsils, for KDAZ, Digital Broadcasting. And thanks for listening.